It was a dire season for Newcastle last year, particularly coming off the back of a really good season the year before. But I think it's been a pretty good summer for them. And the main reason for cheer, for optimism at St James's Park is the appointment of Joe Kinnear. There's been a lot of negativity about his appointment as director of football up there. And I just don't understand why this hasn't been greeted with parties in the streets outside St James's Park in celebration. If you look at his CV, there's every reason to think that he's going to be a huge success at Newcastle. He's been manager of the year 3 times. He's never been sacked. You know, he can open the door to any manager in the world. He can pick up the phone to Sir Alex Ferguson, and he does so week in, week out. He can phone Arsene Wenger any time of the day or night. Because he's the only director of football who's actually played the game, I just think that means he's head and shoulders above any other director of football in the Premier League. And then when you look at the players that he and Alan Pardew have got at their disposal this season, you know, you've got Ben Affrey, you've got Kebab, you've got Cissé, you've got Amamobi, you've got Galtieres. With that sort of quality, you've got to be expecting big things from Newcastle this year. Alan Pardew is favourite for the sack this season, and probably rightly so. If Pardew does get the sack, if it all does go wrong, then you've got to persuade a new manager to work with Joe Kinnear. And that's not going to be the easiest of sells. Well, actually, though, scratch that. He's one of the greatest director of footballers the game has ever known. It'll be an easy sell. I'm sure they'll be queuing up to take over there. A good thing for Newcastle, though, is they do have quite a friendly start to the season. They play Man City on the opening day, but then there's not really anybody else of note right up until sort of November time when they play Chelsea. So if it all goes well, they could be off to a flyer. It has been a tumultuous summer for Newcastle, what with Joe Kinnear coming in, the Wonga sponsorship, Papiss Cissé issues. But I think Newcastle fans can rest assured that Mike Ashley knows what he's doing.